right, ladies. We are coming into week 6. We literally are approaching the halfway mark in phase 1, which is kind of crazy. But before we jump in, let's hop on the scales and see how you guys did last week.
Katie, 185.4. Yay!
Carmen, 245.8. 245.8.
Rosie Mercedes, 151.8 pounds.
216.6. Svetlana.
Anya, 237.2.
I have some standings here. In 6th place, down 7.8 pounds, 3.18%, Anya. In 5th place, down 14 pounds, 6.07%, Svetlana. And I love what Svetlana was saying earlier in the marker, where she was talking about, the craziness with traveling and work and just all the things. And like, this was such good timing. And that's what I love, is so often people wait until there's nothing going on to make themselves a priority. But I mean, we all know that never happens. Like, even if we think there's going to be nothing going on during this season, stuff always comes up and there's always something going on. And so 4th place, down 16.5 pounds, 6.29%. Carmen, awesome job. So think about that. This is all in the past 5 full weeks. 5 full weeks. That's incredible. 3rd place, down 21.3 pounds, 7.24%. Angela. In 2nd place, down 14 pounds, 8.43%, Rosie. And 1st place, down 22.2 pounds, 10.69%, Katie. Awesome, awesome job. Although all the things that we're talking about inside of these 6 months are important, if I had to narrow it down to one thing, it would be this. One thing, it would be this. Because your brain does not know the difference between the truth and a lie. It only knows what you tell it. It only knows what you tell it. What you tell your brain is the truth. It is the truth. And your brain's job is to keep you away from things that you don't like or that will hurt you, and move you towards things that pleasure you or that please you or that make you happy. So your brain is always listening. It's always listening. So when we say things like, we talked about this weeks ago, I'm tired. I'm just so tired. When it comes out of our mouth, that is our truth. That's our truth. So when we're tired, how does somebody, when we speak it, that's our truth. How does somebody who's tired act? Tired. And then it escalates, right? It escalates. So when we feel like we're more than tired, what's the word that comes after that? And I saw Svetlana. She even had the body language to go with it. Come on, let's all say it together. I'm just
Exhausted.
This is on my list. Several of you said it last week, and I even got it today. I'm like, oh, we're still saying it. So hold on. If So when we say I'm exhausted, which by the way, we only get exhausted from doing all the things, who puts all the things on our plate? Who commits to all the things that we're doing to make us exhausted? Okay. So to become unexhausted, who's the one responsible for taking things off the plate? Just checking. Listen, because sometimes this is what happens, right? They'll go to sign up they want to change their life. They want to change their health. They want to change their butt. They want to change all the things, but they want to take nothing. They want to commit to something like changing your health, which most of us have battled for decades, right? Losing weight, getting healthy, but take nothing off of our plate. So we're going to pile on this big giant thing and take nothing off. It doesn't work very well. It doesn't work very well. Something always has to give. But so here's the thing though. Here's the thing. So if we really are in a place, so okay, so let's just keep going down this thing. I'm exhausted, right? Here was one I heard the other day. I totally had something. I just couldn't help it. I just couldn't stop myself. So hold on. Let me ask you guys, is that the truth? Does some little alien come down from alien world, inhabit our body, and we have no choice of what we put in our mouth? His little green hands just come out of our body and he's like, shut your mouth and put it in there. Like, no, like it's fully us making a decision to eat the things that we know is not on our plan. So when we say things like, I couldn't stop myself. I just couldn't help it. Okay, what about? I forgot to, hey guys, so sorry, I forgot to check in. Okay. So if I told you that every time you didn't check in, you owed me $100, how many times would you forget? How many times, this is actually the truth, how many times would you not prioritize the check-in? If you had to pay me $100 every time you didn't check in, how many times would you, okay, I know we say we forgot, how many times would we not prioritize the check-in? But when we say, I forgot, oh my gosh, da, 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 da. Okay. I don't believe most of us are walking around saying things that don't align with where we want to go. I don't believe most of us are intentionally doing that. But what I do think is number one habit, and we're not focusing on it. We're not focusing on it. We're not focusing on it. We're not responsible for the thoughts we have. The Bible's very clear when it says take every thought captive. Why? Because I'm married to another human who I do want to karate chop in the throat sometimes, who I do want to back talk to, who I do want to disrespect sometimes. So I can have that thought of, oh, what a freaking jerk. But it's what I do with it next. It's what I do with it next. It's what I do with it next. When I make a commitment to my kids, for example, and sometimes life and death being in the power of the tongue, to fully get everything to change. So I'll give you an example. If I tell my kids that we're going to go to the park today, and all of a sudden today comes and goes and we didn't go to the park, and I go and tell my kids, I'm so sorry. I know I told you we'd go to the park, but I just got really busy and I just lost track of time and I forgot. I'm letting myself off the hook for something I committed to. Versus, kids, please forgive me. I know I told you this. I chose not to prioritize the park today. I chose to prioritize work, Facebook, Instagram, and all those things instead. Please forgive me. But that's not what we say, is it? Even if it's the truth. See, when we don't let ourselves off the hook with our words by saying I forgot, or by saying I'm not doing all the things because I'm tired. I'm not doing all the things because I'm exhausted. I'm not doing all the things because I don't have time and I'm really busy. I'm not doing all the things because I just couldn't control myself. I'm not doing all the things because of this. Does that help us get to where we want to go? At all? No. In fact, it's the reason why we've been around this mountain how many times? It's the reason why. Now, don't hear what I'm not saying. What I'm not saying is go beat yourself up, because that doesn't get you to where you want to go either. So here's what happens most of the time. Most people are like, yeah, well, Carmen, I can't say certain things because it hasn't happened yet. Again, your brain doesn't know the difference between a truth and a lie. It only knows what you tell it. So if to have, and you will never get a positive life with a negative mouth. You will never get a positive life with a negative mouth. To have a positive life, you have to have a positive mouth. And so you have who you want to become, right? Think about if failure wasn't an option, what would your body look like? What would your wardrobe look like? We talked about this weeks ago when we talked about vision. You've got to become that person in here, long before it shows up out here. Before I became the size, the person, the wardrobe, all the things, I was that person in here. I started walking, talking, acting as if I was already her. And see, the problem is most people, this is what I hate about diet culture, is most people never make that shift. So they change all their behaviors for a certain amount of time. They never change the way they think. They never change the way they speak. So they're still thinking and speaking like a fluffy person. They're still thinking and speaking like a broke person. They're still thinking and speaking like an unhappily married person or like an exhausted person who's way too busy and has no time for anything. And you see it. All you got to do is go spend time with anybody. And so most of the time, what we're trained to speak out of is emotion, not intention. Emotion of what we're feeling in the moment and not the intention of where we want to steer our lives. Because again, when we speak, it is like we are writing what we speak today is our future. It creates our future. It's writing our next chapter in the book. And so this is why what we say is so important. And so often people think if they've got it, they can't say it if it hasn't happened yet. And this literally is the same thing in every area of our life. If it's in your marriage, if you think your husband is a jerk and you like to tell him that he's a jerk, and that's your truth. When we think our husband's a jerk, what do we provoke out of our husband? Jerk. Right? Life and death is in the power of the tongue, not only with you, with every relationship you have, with every goal you do or don't hit, with where your life is, with where your life is going. And when you say things like, I ate something and I just couldn't help it. When we say things like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. When we say things like, I just forgot to check in. When we say things like, that workout, here's one. Oh my gosh, the workout was so hard. It was so hard. Again, whether it was or not, what does our brain now think? The workout was so hard. And our brain's job, your brain's job, you don't have to tell it to do it. So does your brain want to move you close to hard things or away from it? Away. It wants to move it away, right? Same thing. If you go to get on the Marco Polo group and you're like, oh my gosh, 20 messages. What have they been talking about? Don't they know I have a life? I ain't got time to be listening to 20 messages. If you go to get on the Marco Polo group and you're like, I'll do that later. Again, if your brain believes the Marco Polo group is a waste of your time, does your brain want to move you closer to a waste of time or further away? You're naturally not going to prioritize. You're going to procrastinate it. And then you're going to 2 times speed it every time you do go in there. Versus, okay, what about this one? What about this one? Just forgot to check in. If that is our truth, again, that's the truth we're wearing. I'm somebody who just forgets to check in. What about this? What about this? Broccoli is so gross. If that is my truth, is my brain going to want to move me close to broccoli or away from broccoli? Away from broccoli. Versus, okay, so when I had always used this principle in business. Always. I believed life and death, power of the tongue, use it to build a $9 million business by the age of 24, use it to, buy myself a BMW convertible for my 26th birthday. Like I could speak all kinds of like life into my business world, but I had never applied it to my weight loss. It was the one area of my life was like this area that I could have all this success in other areas, but my weight loss was like, my Achilles heel. And all of a sudden I was like, you know what, my health, I was like, what if I applied this same life and death thing to my health? The same thing I've done in business. What if I did it over here? And what if I would no longer allow myself to say anything that didn't line up? In fact, okay, what would somebody act like the future person I say I want to be? The person who's paddleboarding in the bikini, the person who's hiking, the person who's jumping out of airplanes, the person who's hopping fences, the person who's going down the slide with my little girl. How would she act on Monday morning when it was time to work out? Would she roll out of bed and be like, oh man, one more time. I'm just going to press snooze one more time because I'm exhausted. 20 Marco Polos. I ain't got time for that right now. Oh, I got to drink this shake. Is this how she would act? No, no, no. She would get out of bed. She would put on her cute little workout bra and her pants that match. And she would be like, let's because this is how we do it. She would probably be skipping downstairs singing Montel Jordan. This is how we do it, baby. That's probably what she'd be doing. She'd be like, hey, kids, guess what? It's leg day. Yeah, I'm your mom. I love leg day. That's probably how she'd be acting. So like I'm telling you, this is a moment in time in my house. And I'm having this epiphany and I'm walking through how the future me that I want would act. How would she act? How would she work out? What would she take her phone downstairs during her workout? And every time I'm not even going to ask you who checks their phone in the middle of their freaking workouts. Because I certainly did. So would this person I want to be, would she stop every time her phone dang? Ding dong, jing, whatever little ringers you have on there. Would she stop every time? No. The future me would not want to be distracted. So she wouldn't even have her phone in the same vicinity because that's her time and her kids are watching. And when my kids are doing something, do I want them to be distracted? No, I want them to be all in on what they're doing. So she would leave her phone upstairs. So turned on some music, got my cute stuff on. I'm sure it didn't look that cute back then, or at least I didn't think whatever. I didn't matter. I was acting as if. Put on my sports bra, put on my pants, rolled up downstairs, had Montel Jordan, this is how we do it playing, told everybody in the house I was about to go do leg day because I love leg day. And I probably said I love leg day 30 times during the entire workout. Why? Prior to that, I was like, Tony, fuck off. Do anything for 30 seconds? Take that! I hate you. I'm normally not a cusser at all. But man, I could cuss like crazy during that workout when my thighs felt like they were going to freaking burn off. I had all kinds of negative thoughts come into my head. But in a moment, I changed the narrative. In a moment, I changed what I was saying, what I was speaking. I no longer said things like, I don't like working out. I hate working out. I hate leg day. I no longer said things like, I don't have time. Why? Because how does somebody act who thinks they have no time? Like a chicken with your head cut off. No, I have time for what I make time for. I have time for what I prioritize. And if I don't have time for the things I want to have time for, I better reprioritize some things. I went from being like, I don't like broccoli. Oh, broccoli is so good to me. I cannot wait. Oh man, I'm craving some broccoli. Now, in the moment, again, do you think when I said I'm craving broccoli, I was really craving broccoli? But my brain didn't know. Sometimes you got to do some ninja stuff on your brain. My brain did not know if I really was craving it or not. My brain only knows what I'm telling it. So I'm like, oh man, like the same thing, Anya, you did the other day about the blackened chicken. What if you did that about everything you ate? Oh man, I cut myself up some cucumbers today and some carrots and celery. I cannot wait. Oh, it's going to be so good. What if we didn't wait until it was ice cream or cheesecake or whatever? What if we started saying those things right now? And so it's choosing what you get excited about. It's choosing what we're saying. It's okay to get excited about your workouts. It's really funny. Another one I'm seeing written down here was, hey guys, I'm going here. Please pray for strength. So if I believe I need your prayer so that I don't eat something, are you with me? I'm telling my brain, you don't have the power to not eat it. So you better hope these hussies pray for you. That's what I'm telling myself. I don't got the power. I hope they do. I hope they can send their prayer woo-ahs right through the phone. No, versus, hey guys, I'm going to this thing. I already know what's going to happen. If you want to pray, go ahead. I don't think I probably need your prayers because I am a badass and I am strong and I've got this. There ain't no food that I'm going to see today that is stronger than me. And I'll actually Marco Polo you guys and show you everything that I'm going to overcome and not eat today. Do you see the difference? One is, oh man, I'm so worried. I'm going out by people and they're going to have sugary carbs and I just don't know if I can resist. So when we tell our brain, again, and I know I'm being a little funny for, whatever's, but like when that is our truth and then we wonder why, we're like, oh, I had a bite. I caved. I had this. I had that. Well, of course you did. You never believed you weren't going to. You believed from the beginning that you were going to fail. And how do we know? By what you spoke. 1 minute, you must talk the entire time. Give it your best shot. Right now, the first time you do this, 1 minute. So 1 minute speaking life. You can speak life over anything. It doesn't have to be, it can be health, it can be workout, it can be you as a mother, you as a wife, you as whatever. It can be speaking life over anything. So, Carmen, I believe you are first this week.
I love waking up at 5 a.m. It's super. I'm always smiling when I get out of bed at 5 a.m. I don't push snooze. My cats are awesome. I love working out. I have the energy to work out 30 minutes. These weights are light. I can go up weights. Mondays are awesome. I love Mondays. I'm not Garfield. Future me is I'm wearing the awesome clothes, the shopping in the cool shops and not worrying about it not fitting or having these weird rolls or showing or whatnot. I love healthy food. Healthy food can be a treat. I can resist the temptation. It's only future poop. What else? What else? Come on. Oh, come on, brain. Future poop. Yeah. I can inspire the millennials I work with to be more positive.
Good job. A minute seems so long, doesn't it?
I wake up. I 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rocket shoot. Wake up, full of energy, ready to seize my day. Even I'm ready to seize different opportunities so my day does not look the same every single day. I have more energy than my kids do, and they have to keep up with me. I oh, this when my husband wants to dance when we're out, I actually get up and dance with him and not find all the excuses in the world as to why I don't want to dance in front of other people. I love to work out. I love to lift. I love to lift stronger and harder. I love cardio. I I love going to the real estate networking event and actually speaking with people and getting to know people. I love to go out with my friends and talk and be very social. I love to go shopping for new clothes because I know I can look good at all my sizes as I go down.
I love public speaking. It's amazing. It's just I can't wait to do it again and again and again. I love firework squats. Those are just rock my world. Those are awesome. I love shopping for new bras. That's incredible and amazing. I love just spending what it takes to just buy new things for the girls. Um, I love family meetings with my kids because they just listen so great and everybody just loves my ideas. It's amazing. Um, I am smart. I'm funny. I'm a great friend. Um, I really do love broccoli, actually. Uh, and I'm not weird because of it. It's just I like broccoli if it's cooked really well. Um, I love drinking water all day long. I love going to bed at a decent hour and getting enough rest. Um, I do love waking up in the morning and working out and how it just sets the tone for my day and gives me energy. Um, and I love cats.
Awesome job. Awesome job.
Okay. Um, I love working out all the time. So easy. I do like it. I do. Um, it's completely transformed my body. Um, I'm putting all my ideas into action, and creating many businesses that generate passive income that increases all the time. I absolutely love drinking a gallon of water a day. It's my favorite thing that I've ever done in my life. I have so much energy. Um, let's see. I'm the most fun and active mom ever. It's easy to wake up early. Um, my gray hairs are turning brown. Uh, let's see. I'm always on time, never tired. My dogs behave. They don't bark all the time. Um, that's it.
I love drinking gallon of water. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
I mean, it is, you know, looking better.
I want you guys to think about that for a moment. If water is your challenge and you remind yourself of that, oh my gosh, this water, I stink at it. I can't get it all in. I'm always procrastinating. If you go from that to drinking water is my most favorite thing I've ever done in my life, like, perspective is everything. It is everything. And so, oh, yes. Anyway, okay. Svetlana, let me get you up here, beautiful. Good job, Angela.
Ever. Best thing ever is this program, but that's true. Anyways, I like to wake up and do my workout. I really do enjoy it. I love to feel strong and able and capable in my body. And I enjoy my work. I love to be there to inspire the people I work with and speak life and positivity at work and help all these patients at work, and then come home and I enjoy my children, and we can clean together and enjoy the house and clean together and cook together and enjoy it. And they can learn from me because I am a patient mom. I am a happy mom, and I can greet my husband and thank him for keeping the kids alive all day long, and then help him clean the house and the kitchen and enjoy my evenings with my family. And I love to do that.
I love being on time. I love working out. I enjoy waking up every morning at 4:30 and working out and doing the things that I have to do. I love checking in every night. I love talking to all the girls. I love my clients. I love my job. I love doing hair every day. I enjoy doing people's hair, making people feel beautiful. I'm consistent at everything. I finish everything I start. I love eating my vegetables. Drinking a gallon of water is amazing for my skin, and my hair. I love checking my messages. I love checking my emails. I stay on top of everything. I'm always on time. It's always very nice to always be on time, and it makes me feel good when I'm on time.
And so as we come in to the 6th week, after this week, we'll be at the halfway for phase 1. I really want you to think about and be intentional about what you're saying, to really think about what you're thinking about. Think about what you allow to come out of your mouth and start catching yourself. So it's okay, like, to go back and listen to a Marco and be like, whoa, I'm calling myself out. I know that I just asked for prayer to not eat stuff, and y'all can certainly pray for me. I'm not going to turn away prayer, but I don't need your prayers. I already made the decision. I'm already strong. I got this. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. Like, you're not going to be perfect at this ever. And we're a work in progress. And so sometimes you'll hear yourself say stuff, and it's okay to say, okay, no, actually, let me rephrase that. Let me re-say that. Here's the truth. The truth is, da, 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 da. Does that make sense? And when you start doing this, here's what I'm going to say. This journey will be so much easier, so much faster, and it will last. It will last for the rest of your life.